Hi Kay, so this is just a little quick core session for you. We're going to do some pretty big movements, but we're going to start off just warming up. So lay down on your back with your knees bent. Pop the pillow underneath your head if you want to take some pressure off of your neck and your shoulders. We're just going to start to warm up your belly connection. So starting, place your fingers in your lower back for me. Between you and the mat, there should be a little space in your lower back. Enough to fit your fingers, maybe your palm, maybe your wrist. It's pretty individual for everyone, but there should be a little gap, and I want you to make sure you try and maintain that gap as much as possible, okay? Bring your hands onto the front of your pelvis, find your two hip bones in front. Bring your fingers inside to that squishy bowl of jelly. Everything is off, so everything is soft at the moment. Now take a nice deep breath in, and as you inhale, think about lifting a small amount of wee. As if you're holding on to a small drop of wee here. That's the squeezing of front and back passage muscles, holding on to a little bit of wee and a little bit of poo. Good. Now imagine you're zippering up into your skinny denim jeans. As you exhale, I want you to flatten your belly. I want you to imagine you're zipping up to your belly button. And your two hip bones want to be pulled closer together as you do the button up at the top of the denim jeans. Check you haven't pushed your lower back into the mat, and there shouldn't be any pressure in your lower back. You should feel that your belly is a little bit tighter. Hold that tightness. Come back to thinking about working. Take a deep breath in. Now keeping your belly flattening, not pushing upwards, but drawing down away from your hands. Exhale, lift one foot from the mat, knee above your hip. Good. Then inhale, place it down, change sides. So exhale, flatten the belly inwards to lift the foot off the mat. And then inhale, place it down. Nice and simple. This is just to warm up your belly, okay? If you were working legs or arms in the gym, you would still work to warm up those shoulder muscles, arm muscles, glutes, quadriceps, hammies, whatever you're working. The belly is no different. Exhale, your belly wants to flatten inwards as you lift the foot off the mat, okay? Not your lower back, so make sure you check regularly. You're not putting extra pressure in that lower back. You're trying to keep that little space that you had in the beginning quite safe. Good. To make this harder, as you lift the foot off, flattening through the belly, you're going to extend the leg. Now the two thighs are aligning. You can see mine are level. You don't have to drop the leg. You can bend the knee and place it back down. When you lift the leg up, the belly flattens, and you lengthen the leg out, thinking about drawing the belly button in, pointing out through the toe. Good. Bend the knee, place it down, inhale. Lift the foot, flattening through the belly, and extend the leg. Good. Making that harder, you can lower the leg, but only if you want to. So lower the leg to challenge that belly flattening. You should feel that your belt of your jeans is a little bit tighter as you lower the leg, okay? And you're not putting extra stress in your lower back. Really important when you start doing any of those curling exercises, sit-ups, although I don't call them that, or ab curls, because that's where your pressure is going to move to, and this is a good exercise to train that. Belly flattens in as the leg lowers, okay? One more. Exhale, flatten that belly in, lift the foot. Pull the belly button inwards as you lengthen out the leg and maybe lower it. Good, bend the knee and place it down, have a little rest. Good, so that's the first level of exercises to warm up that belly, okay? Moving on from there, we're now actually going to look at your pendulum. So we're going to look at the sides of the body. Bring your feet, your knees, your thighs together, okay? Place your hands out wide, palm facing up, relax your shoulders. Now you're going to keep your knees and your feet together. Keep looking at the ceiling and then inhale, let two legs drop over to one side. Good. You'll notice one glute, one foot, one hip lifts from the mat. I want you to flatten that belly, zipping into the denim jeans now, squeezing through your inner thighs, flattening that belly to bring the legs back to center. Try again for me. Inhale, legs over one side of the body. Good. Squeeze your inner thighs, flatten your belly, draw your legs back to center. To make this movement larger, think about scooping that tummy out now. So exhale. You can use big sounds. Inhale and exhale. You can bring your hands onto your rib cage or underneath your ribs where your jelly waist is. Inhale the legs over to one side, and as you squeeze your legs and start to scoop the belly out, push your fingers into your waist, and you'll find your obliques are already on. They do that naturally for you. Inhale the legs over, looking for one glute, one hip, one foot to disconnect from the mat. Squeeze the inner thighs, exhale, scoop in the belly, come back to center. Good, keep it going. So all of your exercises are 10 repetitions. I'll do all 10 with you here. Inhale over, squeeze, scoop that belly, come back to center. Now there's no pressure through the lower back. Use this connection in your inner thighs and the scooping out belly to not push the pressure down your lower back, okay? Good. We've got 2 more. Squeeze, exhale, scoop back to center. Good, inhale over, squeeze, scoop out the belly. Use the belly to bring the legs back to center. Good, 1 more each way. Inhale, legs over, scoop and squeeze. Last one, inhale, scoop and squeeze. Beautiful. Have a little rest, bring the feet back apart. Good. The next exercise is going to be your ab curl or your sit-up variation, okay? So we're going to place the hands behind the head. If you've got the pillow, you might need to move it out of the way for this exercise. Your elbows are wide. Place your thumbs either side of your skull, just where that spine begins, okay? Now you want to begin by thinking about the gap in your lower back. So take a nice soft breath in and lift your pelvic floor. That squeeze of front and back passage, hold on to that weave. Exhale, scoop that belly or flatten to do up that skinny pair of denim jeans from pubic bone to your belly button. And really think about keeping this on. Your lower back's not pressed into the mat. I want you to think about that in this exercise. Now think about gently pulling your head from your neck, dropping your chin to your chest. On your next exhale, you're going to scoop out the belly and start to lift the head and shoulders from the mat. Now I want you to go really slow and stop before you've pressed all the weight of your lower back into the mat. Good, look down, you should be looking at flat belly, and then inhale, come back down. Just that small movement. Exhale, scoop your belly, drop your ribs towards your hip bones in front to peel your upper body from the mat. Look down at that flat belly. Again, you're not pressing all the weight of your body through your lower back into the mat. And then inhale down. Make your movement bigger. Exhale, curl, ribs draw towards the hips to scoop that belly out. Good, inhale to lower. Really nice, small and smooth. Exhale, scoop the belly out, draw your ribs to your hips in front, bring your upper body from the mat slowly. Good, inhale down. Keep it going, we have 6. Exhale, and inhale. So I can feel that I'm flattening from hip bone to hip bone in front. I'm drawing my belly button down in towards my spine, but I'm not pushing my spine into the mat underneath me. Good. Exhale, and inhale. Think about your rib cage being drawn towards the front of your pelvis, your hip bones, as you scoop that belly out. And inhale to lower. Good, 3 more. Exhale. And inhale. Good, final 2. Exhale. And inhale. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. Place your head down. Have a little rest. Now, if your neck is quite tight and tired, that means that you're pulling on your head a little bit. Think about using the belly a little bit more. We're going to add on to this movement and do some internal rotation. That's your sit up and twist, okay? So elbows are wide. Remember that you want to think about switching on. Take your breath in, lift your pelvic floor. That's the squeeze of front and back passage. Hold on to that little amount of wee and poo. Good. Now exhale, think about flattening that belly, zippering up from your pubic bone to your belly button. Your pressure in your lower back is not squashed into the mat. Think about lengthening your head by pulling it lightly from your neck, dropping your chin towards your chest. Good, you're going to begin, exhale, curling, ribs towards the hips, scoop out the belly to peel the upper body off. Don't press your lower back into the mat. Now start to rotate your armpit over your body towards the opposite hip bone. You should be feeling this quite high up in your rib cage. Inhale, unrotate, and lower your upper body down. Good, do that again. Exhale, scoop out the belly, draw the ribs towards the hips to lift the head. Rotate, armpit to the opposite hip bone. Inhale to unrotate and lower back down. Good, keep it going. This exercise is an inwards rotation. So I want you to think about drawing this armpit across. So it's curling, exhale, and then rotating across. Good, inhale to unrotate and lower down. The movement can become one if you're quite comfortable with it here. So we can exhale, curl and rotate. Inhale and lower. Exhale, scoop your belly, ribs to hips and rotate. Inhale and lower. Good, keep it going. Exhale and inhale. Good, remember 10 repetitions. You may not get to 10 on each side. You might get to 4 or 5 and need a little break. Make sure that you're not pressing your lower back into the mat really forcefully. You want to think about the upper body drawing down towards the hips and your belly scooping out. And that's what's going to give you the sensation of your muscles switching on, okay? Exhale and rotate. Inhale and lower. Good. 2 more on each side. Exhale to curl and rotate. Inhale and lower. Good, keep it going. You're nearly at the end. Good, exhale, rotate. Inhale and down, last one. Exhale, scoop that belly, rotate across, and place your head down and have a break. Remove your hands from behind your head. Good. Now your belly should feel quite warm. You've been using a lot of the bigger muscle groups in that exercise. Come back to thinking about the gap in your lower back once more. Come back to switching on. Take your nice deep breath in. That squeeze of front and back passage, holding on to a small amount of wee and poo. Good. As you exhale, remember, zipper up to your belly button, flattening that belly. Now you're going to bring one foot off the ground. So lift one foot off the ground, drawing the belly inwards, not the back into the mat. Good. You're going to tap this toe to the ground for 10 reps, okay? So think about keeping a little bend in the knee. You're going to exhale, flatten the belly, down towards the spine, tap the toe, inhale, bring the knee back on up. Good, exhale, tap the toe, and inhale up. Put your fingers into your belly. As you exhale and tap your toe down, try and draw your belly away from your fingers or your palm, and think about your belt getting a little bit tighter. Good, you can move really slowly. Tap the toe, exhale, and inhale, float. These are called toe taps. Exhale, and inhale. To make it harder, tap a little bit further away now. Good, and see how much more your belly has to flatten to keep your back from arching from the mat. You can slip your fingers into your lower back like I have and check that you're not compressing the back and you're also not arching the back now. The belly's drawing inwards. Exhale, tap, and inhale, lift. Let's do 2 more to make 10. Exhale, and inhale. Good, you're doing really well. Exhale, and inhale. Now the thighs should feel quite strongly fatigued. Bring the foot down and have a break. Let's change sides. So you can keep your fingers in your belly, switch off if you need, and then start back again. Take a nice deep breath in and squeeze your front and back passage. Hold on to that small amount of wee. Flattening your belly to zipper up to your belly button. Remember, your belly button is where your button on your jeans is. It's where your belly needs to flatten to draw your hip bones together. Start to think about lifting the other leg from the mat. Exhale, flattening the belly to lift. Good. Keeping the belly flattening, tap the toe towards the ground. Good. Inhale, float the knee over the hip. Keeping one hand in the lower back, exhale, tap your toe, and inhale, float back on up. Every time you tap the toe, you should be feeling that the belly is wanting to draw inwards, but the back is not arching or flattening into your bottom palm. Good, exhale, tap, and float. You're going for 10, so you're halfway, we've done 5. Make it a bit harder, tap a little bit further away. Now, if you feel like your quadricep, the front of your leg, is getting quite tired, that's normal. Just tap the toe, flattening through the belly, exhale, and inhale, you've got 3 left. Good, and again. Good, one more. Beautiful, place the foot down and have a break, switch that belly off. One last exercise in this position. We're going to do what's called hundreds prep. Now, 400s prep is pretty much like your ab curl or your sit-up, but you're not going to throw your weight up. You're going to move really slowly and use that scooped out belly that we learned in the previous exercises. For this, the hands start on the mat. So I want you to gently drop your chin to your chest. Think about loosening any tension over your neck and shoulders. Switch back on. So take your breath in, squeeze of your pelvic floor, hold on to that small amount of wee. Exhale, flatten the belly to zipper up and do the button over your belly button. Good. Hands on the mat, take a deep breath in. Now on your next exhale, start to scoop out your belly and think about walking your hands past your hip bones down the mat, reaching through your arms from your armpit. Start to draw your ribs towards your hips to peel your upper body from the mat and reach past your hip bones to your heels with your hands. And then inhale, lower back down slowly. Good. On the exhale, scoop the belly. Walk the hands down the mat, draw the ribs towards the hips and lift the upper body from the mat. And then inhale to lower. Good. Think about ribs to hips. Exhale. Scoop that belly out and reach past those hip bones from your armpit to your fingertip. And then inhale to lower. Good. Keep it going. Exhale. And inhale. We'll do one more like this. Exhale. Scooping out that belly. Lifting the upper body from the mat. Inhale to lower. Stay turned on. Now bring your hands over your chest instead. Now I want you to sweep your arms down towards the side of your hip bones. So drop your chin to your chest. Deep exhale, scoop the belly, draw the ribs towards the hips, reach the hands past the hip bones to peel the head and shoulders off. Good, and then inhale to lower, fingers back to the ceiling. Let's do that again. Exhale, scooping out the belly. No pressure, pushing that lower body into the mat through the lumbar spine. Inhale to lower. Good, scoop that belly, draw your ribs to your hips, exhale, reach. Good, let's do 2 more to make 10. Exhale. And inhale. 1 more, exhale. And inhale. Beautiful, rest the arms down, have a break. We'll do a little stretch. You're gonna bring 1 foot off the mat. Remember, you wanna flatten your belly as you do this. And you're going to cross it over to come into the cross-legged position. The leg that's on top, you're going to bring the opposite arm to rest on top of that thigh. Gently, just above the knee. Good. The other arm is going to stretch out to the side, palm facing up. Take a nice deep breath in. Start to flatten through your belly as you gently pull that top thigh over the body. You're drawing the inside of your shin towards the mat. And you start to feel that nice stretch at the side of your hip and the side of your lower back. Turn your eyes to look at that outstretched arm that's resting on the mat, palm facing up, and get a nice supine twist. And breathe in and out nice and deeply for 4 long, deep breaths. Just think about that nice twist, that nice release of any tension through your lower back, through the side of your pelvis. Good, and breathe. Last breath in and out, and then we're going to change sides. Excellent. Slowly start to scoop your belly as you bring your pelvis back on the mat. And you're going to change sides. So let's undo those legs and start again. You're flattening your belly to bring 1 foot off the mat. Cross-legged position. The top thigh, opposite arm rests on top. And the other arm stretches out to the side, palm facing up. Good. On your next exhale, start to scoop your belly as you pull this thigh over the body. The inside of the shin, trying to draw down to the mat. Good. Turn your eyes to look at that outstretched palm on the mat and have a nice stretch. So I feel this stretch definitely in the side of my hip, but because my lower back's quite tight, I get it more up in my lower back and towards just below my shoulders. So I get a really nice lat stretch and a really nice hip stretch too. Breathe really deeply here. You can come out of it whenever you need, but at least 4 long deep breaths just to really release the back. Good. Last breath in and out. We're slowly going to bring the pelvis back to the mat. Good. Now at this point, I want you to bring one knee to your chest and then the other knee. And you're going to squeeze your knees and feel your lower back pressed into the mat, and you're going to draw some nice little circles. Good. If you've done a few circles one way, then you're going to reverse and do a few the other way. Just massaging your lower back gently into the mat using the weight of your legs. Knees drawing towards the chest. Once we've done enough, we're going to bring one foot down at a time. I want you to bring your knees and your feet together, squeeze and roll onto the side to push yourself on up. Now, because you've got sciatica, when you get out of bed, make sure that your knees and your hips are in this closed position, so you're not straining your groin and any of the nerves that run across the front of the pelvis and towards that sciatic nerve junction. Keep the knees together. When you need to get out of the bed, swing the knees and place the feet on the ground to get yourself up and out, okay? That's it. That's my whole core session for you. Do that for a few weeks, and then once you feel like you want to move on, or you feel like you're stable and you're not hurting your back, we can do some bigger movements, and you can start looking at those full range moves such as your sit-ups. But keep it to this for now and monitor any pressure in your lower back, okay babes? Love ya.